Hello and welcome to Anugraha Yoga. My name is Renee and today we will be doing a beginner level yoga class. Before we begin, I want you to check in, just pay attention to yourself. Notice if there's any illness, if there's injury, if you need to check in with your doctor before starting a practice, a physical practice. If you're watching these videos, then I'm going to assume there's no one there, no instructor there with you. So above all things, we want you to be safe in your practice. Today's practice, we will be going through a couple different elements. We will start with centering, a body scan, move into some breathing, some warm-ups and postures, and end with a bit of relaxation. If you're coming onto your mat, coming into a comfortable seat, you will notice that I am sitting on a block. If you don't have a block, you can roll up a blanket or a towel and sit on the towel or blanket. And this is to begin to give us a bit of height, beginning to notice just how our pelvic area is feeling and beginning to work on our posture. So if we're sitting on our blanket or on our block, if this is comfortable for us, then we pay attention to where our shoulders are in relation to our hips, beginning to notice just how your head, your neck is feeling, and observing your body. Noticing if we're doing this, if you don't feel your bones, your sitting bones, then you're slumping. And I really want you to come into a good, comfortable seat. So if at any time you need to untuck your legs, if you want to stretch out your legs, if you need to pause the video, feel free to do so at any point in time and just meet me back here. So to begin, we'll come into our comfortable seat. And I'll invite you to close your eyes or to keep a soft gaze. Just beginning to focus on the sound of your breath. And allowing our breath to become deeper. Beginning to take our attention to our body, to do our body scan. And this is something I truly feel we should be doing every day, just to begin to notice, to become aware of how our body feels from day to day. Taking your attention to the crown of your head and observing if we can feel the top of our head. Gently breathing out and bringing your attention to your forehead and noticing if your forehead, if we're frowning, if we're wrinkling, and gently as we breathe in, feel that forehead smoothing out. Taking your attention to that space between your eyebrows, and again, just noticing if we're furrowing our brow, gently relax, release. Breathing out fully. And on our inhale, we'll take our attention to the corners of our eyes, to the backs of our eyes, to our eyelids, our eyelashes. Breathing out fully and deeply. And on our inhale, we'll bring our attention to our temples. Gently release, relax. And beginning to bring our attention to our nose, to the sides of our nose, to the tip of our nose. Observing how the air flows in and out of our nostrils. Bringing your attention to your cheeks and observing how your cheeks are feeling. Coming down, observing the corners of your mouth. Noticing how your tongue is feeling. observing your jaw, observing if we're clenching our jaw. Breathing out fully, and breathing in, observing your ears, your right ear, your left. Gently breathing out. Breathing in, noticing your neck, the back of your neck, the sides, the front. Breathing out fully. Taking your attention into your shoulders, down to your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms. Becoming aware of your wrists, your fingers, all the way to your fingertips. And as we come back up, noticing the palms of our hands, the backs of our hands. Bring our attention once more to our shoulders, and as we breathe out, we release, relax our shoulders. Bring our attention into our upper back, into the space between our shoulder blades. Becoming aware of the back of our ribs, and into our lower back. Bring our attention into the front of our body. And gently as we breathe out, we feel our chest fall. Breathing in, noticing your ribs. Breathing into your belly. And observing if there's any tightness, any strange feelings inside. Just gently relax, release. And bringing your attention to your hips, to your glutes, and observing your legs, noticing how your thighs, how your knees, how your calves are feeling. Becoming aware of your feet, of your ankles, the soles of our feet, our heels, our toes, all the way to the tips of our toes. And as we breathe in, we bring our attention to the tops of our feet and coming up the front of our body. Gently breathing out. Breathing into your right side of your body. Breathing out. Breathing in, observing the back of your body. And out. And breathing in, observing the left side of your body. Breathing out. Breathing in fully and deeply. And just noticing, observing how your body is feeling, observing the temperature, observing what sensations are present in your body. Taking a moment to observe your heart, your emotional space. Noticing what emotions are present. And bringing your attention to your brow, to your mental space, observing what thoughts are coming up for us. Gently breathing out fully and deeply. And on our inhale, if our eyes are closed, we can open our eyes. From here, we'll move into our 3-part breath, and we're going to bring our hands just to rest lightly on our belly, our fingertips just gently touching over our belly button. As we breathe out, we'll draw our belly into our spine. And as we breathe in, we'll feel our belly expand, pressing into our palms. Breathing out fully. And breathing in. And continuing for a few breaths, breathing at your own pace, just becoming aware of that movement of your body. On our next inhale, we'll bring our hands to our ribs, bring the heels of our hands to the sides of our ribs, and breathing out fully. Breathing in, feel your ribs expand. Gently breathing out. and in. Continuing for a few breaths at your own pace. Breathing out fully. And on our next inhale, we'll bring our hands up to rest on our chest just below our collarbones. Breathing out fully and deeply. And breathing in, chest rises. Breathing out, chest falls. And breathing in, chest rises. Breathing out. And in. And continuing for a few breaths, observing your breath. On our next exhale, we bring our left hand down to our belly, leaving our right hand on our chest. Breathing out fully and breathing into your belly, into your ribs, into your chest. And breathing out from your chest, from your ribs, from your belly. Breathing in fully and breathing out. And continuing for a few breaths at your own pace. Just becoming aware of the flow of your breath. Noticing if there's any tension, any tightness as you breathe. Observing if this feels comfortable. And letting each breath be deep and full. Gently on our exhale, we'll release hands down. And taking a moment, we'll just close our eyes. Notice how our body is feeling. Breathing out. And on our inhale, we open our eyes. So taking a few moments just to observe how body is feeling now, how you are feeling now compared to when you first came onto the mat, when you first sat down. Just take a moment, observe how body is feeling. Observing how you are feeling on an emotional level. And observing your mind. We're going to be moving into our warm-ups, into our postures, and I want you to remember just to move at your own pace. If you need to pause the video anytime, please feel free to do so. Don't push too much, too hard. At the same time, please try and give it some good effort as well. We're trying to find that balance, inner and outer alignment. So, with that being said, I'll invite you to come up to standing. And we're standing with our feet hip distance apart. Just beginning to observe our body, to notice how we feel when we come here to standing. Notice if our feet were sleeping, if we're feeling okay. We're going to start our warm-ups from head down, go down to our toes. So on our exhale, we'll drop our chin to our chest. And as we breathe in, we'll take our chin up, looking up to the ceiling. Breathing out, chin to chest. And breathing in, chin up. And going only as far as is comfortable for your own neck, really observing your body. One more, we'll breathe in. And as we bring our heads to center, gently we relax our body. We're going to move our heads to our right, looking over our right shoulder. And gently we'll turn to our left. Breathing in, we'll go right. And breathing out, left. One more, we'll go right and left. Coming into center. And taking our right arm up, reaching up through that right hand, pressing down into your feet, observing how the side of your body is feeling. Gently we'll drop that shoulder down. Breathing in, right arm up and down. One more up and down. Bring that hand forward. We'll reach forward with our shoulder and drawing shoulder back. Reaching forward and back. One more forward and back. Taking that right arm out to the side, palm up. We'll turn our palm back and noticing if this is comfortable, gently breathing in, palm up and back. Breathing in, up and back. Coming into center, we'll bend at our elbow. Breathing out, down and breathing in, up. Gently breathing out, down and breathe in, up. One more, we'll breathe out, down and up. Bring that right hand to our shoulder and we'll roll, carrying that elbow back. Noticing how our shoulder, how our chest, how our body is feeling as we move. We'll go back one more time. Coming into center and circling forward. Coming into center, releasing that arm, shake it out. And we'll switch sides, taking our left arm up, reaching up, noticing how this side feels compared to our right as we draw our shoulder down. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, lift. Breathe out, down. Taking that arm forward, we'll reach forward and drawing our shoulder back. Reaching forward and back. One more forward and back, taking arm out to the side, palm up, and gently we'll turn palms back. Breathing in, up and back. One more up and back. Coming into center, we'll bend at our elbow. Breathing out, down and breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, up. One more, we'll breathe out, down and breathe in, up. Taking that left hand to left shoulder, gently rolling, carrying that elbow back, noticing how our side, how our shoulder, how our chest is feeling. Coming into center and we'll circle forward. Coming to center and release, shaking that arm out. And gently shaking out both arms, noticing how our arms are feeling. We'll breathe in, arms up, reaching all the way up and release. Observing our breath. Bring our hands out in front of us. We curl our fingers into tight fists and stretch fingers wide, curling into fists. And stretching fingers wide, reaching all the way out to our fingertips. Once more, we'll curl into fists, reaching out, and gently relax. Doing wrist rotations, noticing how your wrists are feeling. And circling in the opposite direction. Coming into center, we'll release. Bring our hands to our hips. And we'll do small circles to our right. Just noticing as we move how our hips, how our legs are feeling. We'll do small circles to our left. Coming into center, bending into our knees. Gently bring our hands to rest on our thighs. We'll circle right. Pressing firm into our feet, observing our body, we'll circle to our left. Coming up to center, we roll out to the outer edges of our feet and rolling inwards, rolling out and in. One more out and in. Coming to center and pressing all 10 toes down into our mat. Gently we'll lift our toes. Gently we press toes down and we lift just our big toes. Pressing our big toes down, we lift the other 8 and release, observing our feet, shaking out our toes. Bringing your weight into your right side, we'll tuck our left foot under. And just staying here, noticing how the top of that foot, how our left ankle is feeling. If we're comfortable, and only if this is comfortable, we'll breathe out and bend. Breathing in up, breathing out, bend. Breathe in up. Once more, we'll bend and up. Gently release, switching sides, taking our right foot under, tucking that foot under. Observing our foot, noticing how this is feeling, and breathing out, bend, breathing in, breathe out, bend, breathing in. One more, we'll bend and in. Gently release, observing our feet, observing our ankles, our heels, noticing how we're feeling on our mats, and breathing out fully, breathing in. Once more out and in. So this is one of our foundation poses, our mountain pose. We want to press down firm into our feet, becoming aware of the arches of our feet, noticing our the inner legs, our inner thighs, becoming aware of our hips and noticing if we're feeling balanced, becoming aware of our shoulders, finding that balance and drawing up through the crown of our head. Chin is parallel to the ground, releasing arms down. Breathing out fully. And breathing in, drawing up through the crown of our head. Once more out. And in. Gently release. And I'm going to turn on my mat, but you can, we're going to use the length of the mat. Standing feet hip distance apart, and we're going to step our right foot forward one step, not a very big step, but a comfortable step. And as we breathe in, we'll take our weight forward onto our right foot, pressing down, coming up onto the ball of that left foot. Gently releasing down, breathing in up, and breathe out down, breathing in up, breathe out down, and one more up and down. Stepping back right leg, we'll step forward with our left, pressing firm into our feet and breathing in, coming up to the ball of that foot, gently down, breathing in up and down, breathing in up and down, and one more up and down. Stepping back left leg, we'll step forward with our right foot once more. Feet are hip distance apart, hips are square to the top of the mat, shoulders in line with our hips, observing our feet. And breathing in, coming forward, pressing our weight down into our right foot, coming up onto the ball of our left foot, and taking our arms up, reaching up, releasing down, breathing in up, and breathe out down, breathing in up, breathe out down, and one more up and down. Stepping back with that right leg, we'll step forward, left leg, same distance, observing our breath, breathing in, coming up, and breathe out down, breathing in up, Breathe out, down. Breathing in, up. Breathe out, down. One more, we'll go up and down. Stepping back with that left leg, observing our breath, noticing how our body is feeling, and we're going to step forward with a bigger step forward, right foot, still keeping our feet hip distance apart, observing how our body is feeling, and if we're looking at it from the front, it's going to be right foot, observing our breath, finding where it's comfortable for you. We're going to bend into that right knee, bring our knee over our ankle, noticing how this left hip, left leg is feeling. And we'll want to make sure that our left knee is straight, observing our breath, pressing down into that left heel, and gently release. Breathing out, bend. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, bend. Breathe in, release. And one more, we'll bend and release. Stepping back with our right foot, we'll step forward left, observing our stance, making sure we're comfortable, and breathing out, bending into that left knee, observing our right hip, noticing how we're feeling as we ease back up. Breathing out, bend. Breathing in, up. Breathing out, bend. Breathe in, up. And once more, we'll bend gently up, coming back to center, noticing how your hips, how your knees, how your feet are feeling. See if we need to shake them out in any way. Gently, we'll move side to side, bending into our knees, letting our hands be loose. And coming slowly to center, we'll go again, stepping our right foot forward and coming into a comfortable step. So see how far is comfortable for your body. We're going to bend into our right knee, pressing firm into that right foot. Left heel is grounded, left foot is grounded. And breathing in, arms up into our warrior one, reaching up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, up. And breathe out, down. Breathing in, up. And down. And one more, up. And down. Stepping back, right leg. Noticing how this right side feels, and we'll step forward with our left leg, stepping as far as is comfortable. When you come into your stance, notice if you want to send your back leg back, if you want to sink a little bit more, noticing how your body is feeling. And you want to find that balance between your front foot, your back foot. Feet are pressing down, we're lifting up through our upper body, and breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, up. Breathe out, down. One more, up. And down. Gently release, stepping up, shaking out our legs. Coming into our mountain, taking a moment just to observe our breath. So from our warrior one, our Virabhadrasana 1, we're going to move into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. For this one, we'll notice that our legs are a bit different, our arms are a bit different. Each one has different qualities, so we want to really, as we practice, notice what is going on within our body. Notice how body is feeling as we press down firm into our feet, as we lift up through our upper body for our warrior 1, lifting up through our arms. For warrior 2, our arms will be going out to the sides, and we want to really feel that reaching up and out, that opening. So we'll move into our warrior 2 with feet hip distance apart, and we can come up a bit higher up on our mats. We're going to step our right leg back, lining our heels up. And observing our breath, we want our shoulders, our hips open too. This would be our right side. right side. Observing our breath, we're going to bend into that left knee. And notice if this is comfortable. If you want to send your back foot back, if you're okay. We're going to breathe in, arms up to shoulder height, reaching out through our fingers. And be very aware, very conscious, reaching out all through the tips of your fingers. Breathing out, arms down. And breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. Breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. Breathe in, up. And one more, down and up. Observing our breath, we're going to straighten that left leg, noticing how our feet are feeling. If this is comfortable, we're going to reach forward, coming up, breathing out, reach, breathing in, up, breathing out, reach. And as we reach here, we'll drop that left hand down, taking our right arm up. We can come to the inside of that leg. We can rest our hand on our leg, coming into our triangle pose, Trikonasana, observing our breathing. If we want to, we can take our block and rest our hand on our block. And release, coming up, gently taking our arms down, and we're stepping forward, right leg, observing our breath, noticing how our body is feeling. I'm going to go, I think, from this angle for the other side. So stepping this time our left leg back, observing our body, hips and shoulders open to our left side. Noticing how we're feeling on this side, how our hips, how our legs are feeling. And as we bend into that right knee, notice if you want to take that left leg back, if we're comfortable here. We're breathing in, arms up to shoulder height, taking your gaze to your right middle finger or slightly beyond. Observing where your left hand is. Gently we'll soften and reach. And breathing out, arms down. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in. Breathing out. And in. And one more out, and in. Observing our breath, we'll straighten our legs. We prepare for our triangle pose, reaching to our right. Breathing in, up. Breathing out, reach. Breathe in, up. Breathing out, reach. And as you come to as much as is comfortable, we'll bring that right hand down to our leg, taking our left arm up. Finding our balance, we can take our block, pressing our hands down, lifting up, observing that openness. And release, coming up, gently arms down, and we'll step forward to the tops of our mats, shaking out our legs, noticing how our inner legs are feeling, how our outer legs, how our hips are feeling, and how our upper body, our arms are feeling. Breathing out fully. Breathing in. Gently out. And in. We move into our tree pose. Stepping our right foot. We'll do our tandem stance first, and then progress into our tree. So right foot in front of left, heel to toe, pressing our weight down firmly onto both feet, and we're going to be like this. Right heel, left big toe, pressing in, pressing our palms together, finding a spot straight ahead or a spot on the floor to focus our gaze. And we relax our shoulders, pressing our palms towards each other, pressing our thighs towards each other. Breathing out fully and deeply. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in. If you feel very comfortable, feel free to close your eyes just for a few breaths, noticing your body. finding that balance. And on an inhale, if your eyes are closed, we'll open them. We're bringing our weight forward into our right foot, taking that left heel to our right ankle, and opening that knee out to the side as we come into our tree pose. Pressing down firm into our right leg, standing tall. Breathing out fully, and breathing in, arms up. Gently breathing out. Bring our hands to our heart. And seeing if this is comfortable, if we want to bring our foot up to our calf, we can bring it up to our thigh. Find what feels comfortable for you. Pressing that foot into your leg, pressing your leg into your foot. Finding your balance, noticing your hips, your shoulders, your head. And breathing in, arms up. And releasing down. We'll switch sides, taking that left leg down, shaking out our right leg and stepping our left foot in front of our right, heel to toe. Bring our hands to our heart, finding our balance on both feet. We want to make sure our weight isn't too much in our front foot, too much in our back, but balanced evenly. Finding a spot to focus your gaze. If we want to challenge ourselves, we close our eyes just for a few breaths. And on an inhale, if our eyes are closed, we'll open them. Bring our weight forward into our left foot. Take our right heel to our left ankle. Observing our body. Making sure we're not out this way, but drawing in, drawing up. Breathing out fully. And breathing in, arms up. Releasing down. Hands to our heart, and we'll take that right foot up if that's comfortable, coming up to our calf or coming up to our thigh. Pressing our foot into our leg, leg into our foot, standing tall, finding our balance. And breathing in, arms up. Gently releasing down. And releasing the leg down. Shaking out our arms, shaking out our legs. Observing our breath, we'll come back into our mountain pose just for a moment. Observing how we're feeling after we've done our warrior one, our warrior two, our triangle, and into our balancing. Just take a moment, come back into our mountain. Observing how you're feeling, your right side compared to left side. And we're going to come down onto our mats. So for those of you who know you're able, then we're going to do our forward fold. We're stepping back into our downward dog, and from there moving down to table and child's pose. If it is uncomfortable for you to do forward fold, downward dog, then come down to the mat, meet us in child's pose. It's fine, yeah? So I'm going to come up to the top of my, almost the top of my mat. Observing our breath, feet are comfortable. And feet can be either hip distance or together. See what works for you. Find your balance. We'll breathe in, arms up. And breathing out, folding forward, hinging from our hips. We're going to gentle bend into our knees, hang down, drop your head down. And just observe how your back body is feeling, how the back of our legs from our heels, back of our knees, backs of our thighs. Taking your attention to your lower back, mid back, upper back, the back of your neck. Observing your breath, And if we need to bend our knees even more, we can do so. Notice what that feels like for your body. We're bringing our hands down to our mat, pressing our palms down, and stepping back. We're going to go into our downward dog. So stepping our feet back, hip distance apart, shifting our hips up, pressing down, our heels pressing into our hands, noticing how our body is feeling. And if this is not comfortable, pressing our feet down, we'll bend our knees and press up and back. Really observing what this feels like for your body. Noticing if your hands are comfortable, observing our feet. And we'll come down into our table, hands and knees. Want to make sure our wrists are below our shoulders, our knees are below our hips. Observing our breath. And we're going to bring our knees wide, our toes together as we move into a wide like child's pose, sinking our hips back as far as is comfortable, sliding our hands forward, melting down onto our mats, observing our breath. If this is not comfortable, we can fold our hands, let our head rest on our hands. Observing our body, we can also take our blocks and we can bring our blocks below our head. Noticing what your child's pose feels like. Our child's pose is our resting pose. So taking these few moments just to connect with your breath, to really allow your body to sink towards the mat. Breathing out fully and deeply. Breathing in. Gently out. And as we breathe in, we're coming up into our table once more. We'll tuck our toes, move into one more downward dog, tucking our toes. Remembering feet are hip distance apart, pressing into our hands, into our fingers. Noticing your alignment and lifting up and back. Remembering we can keep our knees bent, or we can begin to straighten, pressing our heels back into the ground. Even if knees are bent, we still have that action of pressing our heels towards the ground, finding our length between our hips, our hands, our hips and our heels. And gently we'll come down, observing our breath. From here, we're going to walk our knees back, coming down onto our stomach, observing our breath, and bringing our hands alongside our chest, tucking our elbows in towards our body, bringing our chin towards our mat. We'll move into our baby cobra, pressing down into the tops of our feet, observing our legs, and breathing in gently. We'll lift, chin up, chest up, looking forward. There is no pressure on our hands, gently releasing down. Breathing in, chin up, chest up, looking forward. And releasing down. One more, we'll bring chin up, chest up. And release down. We're coming back up to table, pressing into our palms, lifting up. And gently walking our feet forward into table. Observing our breath, noticing how our body is feeling here. And breathing out, we'll round our spine, chin towards chest, into our cat pose. Breathing in, chin up, chest up as we drop our belly, coming into our cow. Breathing out. And in. And just one more out. And in. Breathing out. And we'll come back to table. Bring our feet out in front of us. And scooting down towards the bottom of our mats. Gently, we're going to lie down on our mats. From here, we're going to lie down onto our mats. So coming down gently and taking a moment just to observe how your body settles on your mat. Observing your feet, your hips, your shoulders, your head. As we breathe out, we'll bring our knees up, gently hugging our knees. And we're not drawing them in too tightly. We're just letting the weight of our hands rest on our knees. Observing our breath, taking a few breaths. And as we exhale, we notice if we need to shift our back, our chest, our head. Release your shoulders. And we're going to bring our arms out to our sides. From here, we'll drop our knees towards our right side, turning our head to our left. And just observing our body, noticing as we come into our twist, if this is comfortable. We're trying to keep our left shoulder on the ground. Seeing if we can bring our knees up as much as is comfortable. And if our body can't quite reach, we can bring either our block or our blanket below and let our knees rest there. Just staying for a few breaths. Breathing into this left side of your body. Coming up to center, and we'll go to the other side, dropping our knees to our left, head turns to your right, and making sure that this side is comfortable. Noticing if we want to bring our block either below our knees, if we want to bring our block between our knees. See what feels comfortable for your own body. We're staying here for a few breaths. Gently, we'll come up to center. And hugging our right knee into our chest, we'll slide our left leg down. Make sure that's comfortable. Relax your shoulders. And switching sides, we'll bring our left knee up, slide our right leg down, pressing out through our heel. Relax your shoulders. And release our left leg down. Observing our breath. We're going to bring our feet as wide as our mats as we come into our final pose. Bring our hands to our sides, palms up. Noticing if our head is comfortable, if our shoulders, our hands, our feet. If we need to adjust, if we need to bring our knees up, if we want something below our back or below our knees or even below your head, now is your time to adjust. We're going to close our eyes. Beginning to focus on the sound of your breathing. Gently with each exhale, we allow our bodies to sink into our mats. From the soles of our feet to the crown of our head, we relax our body. from the palms of our hands to the crown of our head. Gently we soften. Closing your eyes and focusing on the sound of your breathing. Beginning to bring your attention back into your body. Breathing out fully, drawing your belly down towards your mat. Breathe in, feel your belly rise. Breathing out and in. Once more out. And as we breathe in, we begin to wiggle our toes, rolling our ankles from side to side. Stretching out our fingers, we'll roll our wrists. And rolling our heads from side to side. Breathing in, we'll stretch up through our hands, stretching down through our toes. And release. Breathing in, stretch. And release. One more, we'll stretch. And release. Hugging our knees in towards our chest. Gently we'll roll side to side. And we'll come up to seated, rolling to one side, pressing our palms down, coming up, and coming back into our comfortable seat. Observing our breath, we'll take one last moment. Breathing out fully and breathing in. Noticing how your body is feeling. And bringing your attention into your heart, into your mental space, observing what thoughts, what emotions are present. Feeling a sense of gratitude for your body, for what you're able to do today. Gently we'll breathe out fully. And on our inhale, if our eyes are closed, we'll open them. And thank you for joining me. Remember that you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram at Anugraha Yoga TT. You can find me on YouTube. Please feel free to like, to subscribe, to share. And thank you once more.